LOL to another video. In this video, I want to discuss the recent passing of rapper DMX. Growing up, I was a DMX fan, as awkward as it is to see an Asian kid from the islands listening to DMX. That was the influence of him, was that he could reach the far corners of the world and inspire so many different people from many different backgrounds and culture, and I'm representative of that. I listened to his music a lot during high school. A lot of his music got me through some tough times, some times where I really needed to really gather the manhood in me to sort of bring out that aggression, just to vent, not to hurt other people, but just to vent. He really brought that out. He also brought clarity, because DMX was very religious. He was a well-known Christian, and he often preached Bible verses in his songs. And just having that sort of glimmer, holiness within him personified into his music, as well as into his listeners, his audience. And his music really touched me. His music touched me in all aspects, but when he had his more religious side in his music, it really spoke tenfold to me. Because DMX was very wise. He was a very wise human being. He was very influential, not just with his character, but also with his words. His words brought clarity in a lot of ways. He was very outspoken against the media, the music industry, and the music industry's bad side. He was very outspoken with a lot of the things that go on in the music industry, which is what I believe him to be when he was alive. One of the few real artists that was represented in the industry. He talked about that he wasn't an industry artist, that he was an artist in the industry. And he made that very clear with his music, and him being an advocate for just speaking against the atrocities and the corruption within the music industry. And that's why I respected DMX in a lot of ways beyond that of his music, was just that he was himself to the fullest, and we should all inspire to be ourselves to the fullest, as DMX was. He wasn't afraid to be himself, and he never let any amount of money or influence change his music, change the way he delivered his music, change his message. He always kept it real as he started out. He remained the same. He never changed to conform his music to the standards in order to be on the radio. He never changed his message just to be more liked. He never sold himself to be more glamorized. He wasn't perfect. He made a lot of mistakes, just like everyone else does, but overall, he lived a very influential, powerful life. Um, Aside from the drug problems and the problems with the law that he often faced, it doesn't define him as who he was as a person. I like to see him more as somebody that really reached out to the masses, the invisible people that are often ignored in the media, and he gave them a voice. He influenced so many new artists to this day, and he will continue to do so with his legacy, with his realness, his rawness, and his outspokenness against the media, against the music industry, as well as just how faithful he was to his religion, just how devoted he was to his own being, his own character. And it's a really sad day that we've lost such an icon. But all this really does is just cement his legacy, immortalize him within the music, the history of his music, the history of just human beings, he's up there. I believed him to be. And I just want to say rest in peace to DMX. You were one of the greats. You always will be one of the greats. You were a pioneer to hip hop. You were a pioneer to music. You were a pioneer to just being an artist and just being a human being, and how to conduct yourself as a human being, and how to live your life to the realness and most authentic version of you. He personified that, and that's what I will remember most about DMX. I never had the opportunity or the blessing to meet him personally. I would have loved to, but I think anyone that's really listened to his music, there's a part of DMX within them that they can take, and nobody can take that from you. Just by being a fan, just by um, you know, loving his music, loving his character. There's a DMX in all of us. As corny as that sounds, I think it to be something to hold on to. So that's just pretty much it for this video. I just wanted to give respect and acknowledge that DMX will be missed. He is definitely a legend in the music world, artist world. I definitely believe that had he been given more time, he could have provided more. But I believe DMX probably wouldn't want to be here any longer than he needed to. I think that he pretty much done what he needed to on this earth, in this dimension, and that maybe God wanted him to return. And so that, DMX loved his grandma, regarded his grandma as the one person that loved him, and he gets to see her again. He gets to go back and see her. And I think that we should celebrate his life more than mourn his passing, which is what I intend to do. I'm pretty much going to play DMX all day today. So that's just pretty much it for this video. Like always, I hope you have a good one. Rest in peace, DMX.